Bank of America thinks now is an opportunity to buy. It's our call of the day. They go to buy. Stock's up 5.5%. Price target goes to $60. Okay, Steph, what do you think? Well,
I own it, and it's one name that I actually have been nibbling on the weakness, unfortunately. I don't think there was anything new here in terms of groundbreaking information. I do think that you get good exposure to PCs and data center. Data center has been actually growing above expectations, and so that's been a positive surprise. The valuation is very attractive. Free cash flow generation is really strong. Now we're waiting for the new CEO to be announced.
Yeah, what is up with that? I mean, how long could it possibly take?
They should have done it in a week.
Well, I actually thought it was going to be by the end of the year. It was like I had two names, Gilead and Intel, that were supposed to announce new CEOs. Gilead did it, which is a good thing, and now we're still waiting for this. So, look, I think it's, as long as it's not internal, I think if they go external, that's a positive, and I think sentiment can change quite quickly. But this is a very cheap stock, and it's a great balance sheet, and it's exactly what I'm looking for in this kind of a market. So that's why I've been buying it on the dips.
They made 6 months, at least.
Right. Gotta get it right, Scott. Gotta check all the skeletons in the closet. It takes time.
They made two.
They gotta vet these people now. It's not a joke.
I mean, a big vote of confidence for the folks who are there.
It's not about ability anymore. There are other reasons that corporations have to take their time. You cannot imagine they put somebody in and then someone from college comes out and says, "Well,
yeah, I hear you."
But wait till you hear this story.
Part of my point for bringing this up is it truly safe to buy this stock until you figure out who the next CEO is going to be?
It is, because you're buying the business, and they're in AI. They're in all the areas you want, 5G. They've got exposure to all the right areas where they're winning, Scott, and they're beating their competition. A lot of people thought AMD was making a big jump on them. They've probably made a bit of a jump, but it's made them better, Scott. Look at the cash that they flow.
You're not really
the valuation
just buying the
level.
business, though, right? You're buying the operator, too. People talk about Cisco. Aren't you buying Chuck Robbins?
Oh, absolutely.
Buffett says to buy a company that's good enough that it could survive having monkeys run it, because one day they will. I think there's a balance. You're not always just buying management or just buying a business.
No.
In the case of Intel,
but it's part of the legs that you're looking at.
But you're not paying up for Intel right now.
No, you're
paying down.
It's 10 times earnings.
But investors love.
But that is being accounted for.
Because he was great.
It's trading at 10 times earnings. It yields 3.4%, and you have a CFO that knows what he's doing. He doesn't want the CEO job, but he comes from eBay. He's been a great operator. He's actually helped in terms of margins and cutting costs, which has been a problem for Intel for years. So you do have some good management there. You just really do want to have a new CEO and have that announcement. But I think at 44 and this valuation, I think the risk reward is pretty attractive.
And they've made 2 acquisitions in the last 3 years that the street has totally forgotten about, Altera and Mobileye in 2017. And at a certain point, I think you're going to see.
I don't think they forgot about them. Well, I think the problem is that they were doing well knowing that, Joe, because that's why the stock hit those 52-week highs, all-time highs that it hit. So I think that was there. I think part of the problem lately really has been, hey, who's going to run the show? Okay. We know the company. We know the fundamentals. Chris Ange is gone. Let's hire somebody, and it's been 6 months. That seems like
But all semis have fallen. It's not
no doubt.
Intel.
But this hasn't fallen as much as the rest of them because of the fact that they are as solid as they are. Yeah. That's why I think when they do announce Navin Shenoy as their CEO, this stock goes higher.
Also hadn't gone up as much as a lot of the like this has been a laggard.
It's not as volatile as
it's on a different plane.
Okay.